Our Walt Grayson is back with another story about us as he focuses on Mississippi as he does every Friday at 6.
That's right, and some of us are experiencing flooding again. The South Delta has over 300,000 acres underwater right now.
And Walt, you were there the other day. What did you see?
Well, Jade and Byron, to tell you what, the water is high in the Delta, but it's not as bad as it was last year about this time. But people living there are keeping an eye on the river and the rain and the water in the upper Delta also. It's a dreary drive along Highway 61 south of Rolling Fork going toward Vicksburg right now. Of course, Delta soggy fields are everywhere all the way up to Memphis. But winter rains in the Delta mean more to people who live down here in the South Delta because under the worst circumstances, winter rains last all the way into summer like they did last year because the Mississippi River stayed high and the Delta backwater couldn't drain out like it's supposed to. Well, the ultimate key to letting the Delta drain is the level of the Mississippi River. You know, the river used to flood the whole Delta annually until they built the levees. Then every once in a while, it still liked to revisit its old stomping grounds, and so they built the steel bow floodgates. So when the river gets high, the gates are closed to keep the water out of the Delta. But when the backwater is already in the Delta, those same gates keep the water in until the river level drops. I talked to National Weather Service hydrologist Marty Polk today, and he told me things look favorable for opening the gates soon to allow the current Delta flooding to start draining off. The 16-day outlook estimates the Mississippi will be about 7 feet lower than it is today, 2.5 weeks out. But he cautions we still have the spring rise to go yet when snows up north melt and the wet weather hits the Tennessee and Ohio river valleys, or in other words, don't drop your guard. Longtime Delta flood watchers know that, like Ms. Tressie Turner doing some cleanup fix-up at Evergreen Missionary Baptist Church on Flowery Road in North Warren County. Their church got 4 feet of flood water in it last year. And as they eyed the backwater inside at the woods line on the far side of Flowery Road, Ms. Turner gives an experienced analysis of the behavior of the Mississippi River and explains succinctly why they're watching it.
Because it does what it want to do. Every year it's different. You never know how it's going to do or nothing.
Hopes are it'll be different in a good way this year. But she says if water gets high enough to reach the church cemetery again, they're loading up the pews and the pulpit so they won't lose them like they did last year. The Mississippi River gives and it takes away. Maybe this year it'll just leave us alone. Yeah, I think what she said is true, that it does what it wants to do. I think the only consistent thing about the Mississippi River is it's different every year.